Alright, so these are audio interfaces, and the job of the audio interface is to convert analog into digital signal. So we have different cables that we use. We have XLR, we have RCA, we have MIDIs, and we have a few others. So these are all audio interfaces, and they come in different shapes and size. Some of them have different connectors, but at the end of the day, they're all the same. Once you understand what each button does, you'll be fine. On the Scarlett 2i2, we have what's called a combo jack. That is a XLR and a 1/4 inch combined together. It's called a combo jack, right? So this is where you normally plug in your microphones and your instruments. On this one, as you can see, XLR, right? So it doesn't really matter once you know what you're doing. Problem that we have on a weekly basis is that we don't know how to set the audio levels. So once you plug in your microphone into the correct port, doesn't matter which interface, once it's plugged into the correct port, we want to ensure that the gain, this right here, the gain, we want to ensure that whatever light is there is green, right? So as you turn it up, you'll see it move from green to orange to red. We never want it in the red, we want it to stay in the green. So turn it up as much until you see like orange. Once you start seeing orange, you turn it down and make it stay in the green. If you feel like it's too low for the stream, then you're going to turn up the audio, right? In this one, the earphone and the speakers have two different levels for the audio. On this one, the headphone and the speakers are what I call the speakers, what went sent to the stream, right? It only has one knob. The same for this one. So it doesn't matter which audio interface, as long as you know what it does. So I want to spend more time on the M track because this is what you guys are going to be using the most. I highly recommend the Scarlett 2i2. It doesn't matter if it's the first gen, the second gen. This is one I prefer, but this is what we're going to be working with because this is what you're used to. So now the next thing that we need to look on is the direct monitoring. This is what seems to confuse you guys most. So direct monitoring means whatever signal is coming into this port, whatever port your microphone is coming into, the input knob controls the signal, as I said before. So we want to ensure that it's in the green, and then we're going to use the output, and this one is called monitor, this one is called output. You want to turn this up, look on your screen and ensure that it's in green as well, and that will fix your audio problems so the stream won't sound distorted or bad. So now if you're listening to the audio interface, right, and you're hearing two types of audio, that simply means that direct monitoring is on the interface and your YouTube audio is playing. All you have to do is just mute the YouTube audio and monitor it from the interface itself. So your headphone will be here. If you're using a different headphone, it will be this port, and you will need to get an adapter. You plug into this port, and you plug in your headphone, and you monitor it from there. Just mute the YouTube and listen to this. This is going to give you the truest audio. So types of cable. This is an XLR, right? This is the male end. This is the female end. This is RCA, right? Just these two. You normally see it on older things, RCA. This is a 3.5mm head jack, or most people just call it an aux cable or headphone cable. This is what we call a MIDI cable, and this is what we use to connect the interface. Doesn't matter which one of the interfaces. Use it and connect the interface. The only thing that changes is this end. So if you have a newer computer, this end will be a type C. So some of them have this and type C. If you have this and a type C, you just use a converter. Alright, so we have, this is a 1/4 inch cable, right? We have TS, right? And we have TRS. The difference is TS has 2 sections separated by this block. TRS has 3 sections separated by the 2 blocks. This is mono, normally used for a mic, and this is stereo. This is what you get from your headphone, left and right.